Alright, so when I started my Lost Ark journey, thought somebody was watching me. Anyways, so when I started my Lost Ark journey, I had a goal, right? Beat everyone's ass. No, I'm just kidding. But my goal was to complete all the dungeons in the game on the hardest difficulty by myself. That was my goal because I wanted to challenge myself because in this game there's no holy trinity, so there's no set tank, DPS, and healer. Obviously there's a paladin and there's a bard in the game, so technically they're a healer, but it's not gonna force you like any other MMORPG to queue up in dungeons with those types of players. Now there is obviously harder dungeons, there's chaos dungeons and abyssal dungeons, which do require multiple players. I don't know if you could do them solo, but if you can, I'm sure as hell gonna try. But I at least want to try to do every other dungeon in the game on the hardest difficulty by myself. And so far, that's exactly what I've been doing. Now, I'm doing this dungeon here, but it's not because I have to. It's actually because there's a certain item in this dungeon that I need. Because I'm trying to get this area to 50% so I can get my hoverboard. So that's why I'm doing this dungeon. I did it like 6 times already. Anyways, how's it been being a sorceress? Because usually in other MMORPGs, when you're playing a mage, you're pretty much a glass cannon, so you can't do any dungeons and stuff alone. This game is similar to that aspect where you are a glass cannon. The difference is there's a lot of skill involved, so you can outmaneuver and outposition a lot of the enemies, or chain your abilities together to be able to beat pretty much anything. That's the best way to put it. I haven't struggled with any dungeons, to be honest with you, and I've been doing all the dungeons on hard since the very beginning of the game, so I'm always staying above the item level, and it's not because I'm forcing myself to, it's because I'm doing all the content. I'm trying to do a side quest and everything, so I'm just gearing through the game. I don't pay any money for enhancements or whatever like that. I'm completely free to play player. If, like I said before in my previous videos, if I'm going to buy anything, it's literally going to be a mount or a skin for my character. I could care less about trying to be pay to win or whatever. If you consider the game that, I don't really care. It's tough sometimes, especially when they trap you in small, tight areas. That's where you really feel the weakness of the sorceress, because you'll be in an area that like this dungeon, for instance. This dungeon has a very tight corridor, so it's very important that when you do your abilities, you're just trying to keep the enemies back as much as possible, and if they get close, you just pretty much destroy them. Now, obviously, I am, over item level for this dungeon, but this is pretty much, that right there is pretty much sums up how all of my dungeons have looked. Not even kidding you. I have yet to struggle on any dungeons, and the only time I die, to be honest with you guys, is when I'm literally not even paying attention. And I stop pressing buttons, really. No, if I'm paying attention, I'm completely okay. Obviously, I do use potions and stuff because I'm not some kind of crazy god that can just, do the content like that. At least not yet. I think I could. I think I could run in all these dungeons so far. I could probably run them all and not use a single potion if I really try hard. See, like this area right here, where it's literally trying to funnel me into a trap. This is where you could get killed, so you gotta be very careful. And a lot of dungeons have areas like this. This area is another one that's literally cancer. The other day I was not paying attention to this area and I died because I was just like chilling, and I literally like TP'd in I TP'd all the way up, trapped myself in this corner like right here, and didn't have a TP and didn't have any like escapability, and that did not go well for me. The item I need is right here, and they are going to attack me. No! And you just like give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me grab this. Promise I'll pay attention to you. That is a very important item because that item allows you to get this. So, which is like a whole 1.5% on your thing. So, yeah, very clutch actually. So like I was saying, the majority of my dungeons pretty much go like this. I've been doing every single dungeon, at least every single dungeon the story's telling me to, on hard. Hasn't been a struggle at all, so this is the area. I found it. Like doing shit like this right here, very dangerous. Because if I didn't have ATP or whatever, see, I didn't even know you could slide here, man. Shout out to whoever did the video and freaking showed this, which I wasn't even looking for I wasn't looking for the Makoko seed video. I was actually looking for something else. That piece of paper that I got in the beginning over here or whatever with the disc, that's actually what I was looking for. And then I came across this, which literally has 3 Makoko seeds, so. Oh my god! Wow! It's crazy how things are literally right in front of you and you don't even realize it. Anyways, I'm pretty much gonna skip to the boss fight for this dungeon, to be honest with you, because I think the rest of it, I mean, you guys kind of get the gist here. I think this game is probably one of the easiest games to solo queue dungeons with the Sorceress. If you set your abilities up right, set up your push abilities, set up your stun abilities, set up your big dick moves, like what I have here, which I do like an electrocute into this. My explosion, I have that whirlwind effect. Now you're probably wondering like, why? If you have your whirlwind effect, it doesn't matter because it doesn't pull the targets. That's mainly for AoE, like targets it can pull, because the whirlwind like pulls all the groups together. Because where you're gonna die as a sorceress is gonna be when you get pretty much just ganged up on and you trap yourself and then you don't have abilities. So what that whirlwind effect does is when I combo it with like my electric ball or even my ice move, it keeps them in place, and then the whirlwind comes in, so when more mobs start to spawn, they're getting pulled towards that, and then it's a big dick giant explosion, allows me to reposition. But what I do recommend, I haven't done it yet because I'm a lazy piece of shit, but what I do recommend is setting up a second build, a preset 2, specifically for the boss. So you would take your moves and you would do things like weak point detection for your big dick explosion move. Instead of doing whirlwind, you'd probably do another weak point detection, because the move is going to come out and hit the target and just explode and kill. It's not going to wind up or anything like that. It's just going to just do the damage, and that's going to help especially against bosses, because bosses, they don't get pulled, they don't get stunned, they don't get any of that stuff. So definitely recommend for bosses you set up a second preset, which is what I'm going to be doing later today. It's pretty cool because you just change on the fly. So when you know you're going up against a boss, you just literally switch over to your boss build and you're good to go. Which is easy. Just set everything on weak point detection and you win. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip over to the boss.
10 years later.
Not gonna lie, it's my second time doing this, because yeah, I wasn't recording when I beat the boss the first time. Kind of just incinerated him immediately and forgot to press the record button. But yeah, so this is pretty much how it looks when I'm fighting a boss. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna pop my ult, and I'm gonna hit him with my full kit, and then he's gonna melt and die. This boss has a one-shot mechanic, so I have to be mindful of that, but that's how it looks. Like that. A one-shot mechanic. Yep. Be mindful of that, be mindful of my health, but this is literally how taking on a boss looks. The first time I fought this guy, he did kill me, because I just went in and just pretty much hammered the crap out of him. And he popped his little one-shot move, and that was it. The second phase of the boss is not hard. It's a lot more aggro. Unfortunately, I don't have my if you use your ult, then you're not gonna have your ult here. Now, when you change the move to Whirlwind, like I said, you should definitely build a boss build. Because, for instance, the Whirlwind and the pulling moves, they just don't help. They really don't. You're better off doing other builds. Because when you have things that, like, for instance, that move right there, the boss has to, like, the enemies have to kind of get pulled or stay still in the area. They don't work too well for boss fights, so. But up to this point, it's been working for me, so I've been keeping it. But I am gonna build a boss kind of build. Alright, guys. Well, if you guys wanna, let's skip this. Actually, I can't. I just escaped. If you guys want to see a PvE build for mobs and a PvE build for bosses, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. Also, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go down in the description below and go follow me over on Twitch, because I'm going to be streaming almost every single day, except for today, because today is baby making day. I mean, it's a Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend time with my wife. Anyways, as always, stay positive. Peace out.